Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Let me make sure I am live. Looks like we're good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my alarm did not go off. So I mean, in the scheme of things, not too late, but still late. I apologize. I do apologize. For some reason, I think I was watching like Scott the Woz last night, so my phone volume was like pretty low, and I think I went to bed with that low phone volume, so my alarm was just like. I'm just like, thank God my mom was home. She woke me up at like 11. She's like, don't you have to like stream in 30 minutes? I'm like, fuck. I was like, yeah, I do. What's going on, Nick's night? Fashionably late. Yeah, I know. I don't like to be that guy though. Yeah, I don't like to be that guy who's just fashionably late. Thank God I didn't miss it. Indeed, right? Yeah, I don't know. My body doesn't let me sleep in, uh, like that late anymore. I think 12 might be the latest my body can go. What's going on, Jake? You tried to at me on Discord. Yeah, I appreciate that, but I don't even have vibration on my phone on. I try to be as detached from my phone as humanly possible, outside of just like texting my girlfriend and a couple of my buddies. Just because I was telling my girlfriend last night, I was like, I think I got a phone problem. I've been on my phone since this whole pandemic because like all my hobbies are gone. So my only connection to the world is to the computer and to the phone. So I'm on my phone way more. And so, yeah, I've been trying to kick it. I started last night. I was like, I'm going to start kicking my phone. As I say, I was watching Scott the Woz on my phone before bed. What hobbies? I did martial arts. Um, I played a lot of card games. And I'd go out and do like a lot of just random shit. Uh, and so just not having any of those outlets really sucks. Martial arts was the biggest one. Martial arts was one of my favorite things to do because it was like a really good exercise multiple times a week, and it was like very good mentally. And lately, I've been really missing it. No, Harris, I can't say I have. Do I ever get tired of covering Cyberpunk 2077? That's actually a really good question when you think about it. It's so fucking saturated. It's definitely not my primary focus. You know, um, it's definitely not one of my focuses. I um, I feel like the space is so crowded that there's so many other RPGs that are getting brushed under the rug. Furthermore, as hyped as I am for Cyberpunk 2077, I think people got to realize like there is a degree of like uh not overhype because we don't know what the final product's going to be like. I got to put these on, by the way. The screen's been bugging my eyes lately. Um, there's a I feel the Fallout 4 within this game is how I'll describe it, right? Like I feel the sustainable, like, oh man, this game's gonna be good, and like I think it's gonna be good, but I mean, people are doing what I was doing with Fallout 4 and acting like it's gonna like save humanity or some shit. We need hype during these times. Now, I'm not saying people are wrong for being excited. For me, though, I just think it's like a level of excitement that might be a little worrisome. Oh, Harris, that's hilarious, dude. I gotta bring the chat in a little closer here. Oops, accidentally hit something on my computer. By the way, we're gonna do another check. Are we 1080p? Are we 60 FPS? What is the quality of my stream today? I made some adjustments again. So just let a guy know. I want to know if I finally did it. If it's 720p, I'm going to be really pissed. 1080p, 60 FPS. Okay. All right. Good. All right, we did it. Okay, I figured it out. So what was happening is, I guess the stream output depends on the source. So when I was capturing my desktop, for some reason it was preset to 1280 by 720. I was just like, why would this even be a preset? Especially, I got like this fucking Acer Predator monitor. I'm like, it's a 28-inch monitor. I'm like, how is that even possible? Okay, so it seems like when I'm streaming my desktop, 1080p, highest I can go. 60 FPS though, good. All right. I also changed my camera output. My camera was outputting in like 856 by like 600 and something. Like, it was ridiculous. And it could go up to 1080p. So we figured that out as well. All right, Harris. All good, dude. Matty, your channel was the first I subscribed to regarding Fallout. Been missing that game, which was Fallout 4 for me. Cyberpunk might be it again. I get that. I totally get that. I hope it is for a lot of people, right? Like, I was thinking last night, like, Cyberpunk wouldn't be this game, by the way, but like, I was looking, my friends and I have been looking for like a recurrent game we can go back to. Avengers sucks. We downloaded Phantasy Star Online 2 last night, and I liked the combat in that game a lot, but my friends literally despised that game. So even if I wanted to keep playing, I'm not interested in playing an MMO by myself. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll hop off this one. I really liked it though. I really did. Like, story wise and stuff, obviously it's not that great, but like the Sega crossover with tons of their IP and the amount of content that was there in the combat, it was just fun. Plus, I liked Phantasy Star on the 360, so I don't know. Maybe I just have a little bit of a bias there. But, you know, now, like, we're looking at Final Fantasy 14 again, but my friends will not commit to that subscription fee. If they, like, rolled in the subscription fee to Game Pass, over. That'd be amazing. Do I watch football? A little bit, yeah. Like, I like football. I'm a Falcons fan. Obviously, being a Falcons fan and watching their defense get steamrolled every fucking week loses its luster after the first couple of seasons. So yeah, I have not. I like the first game of the season. It was immediately a continuation of last season. I was like, all right, I'm not wasting my time, and I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, because they got destroyed. Do you think Dragon Age Origins remake would ever happen? I think maybe a remaster collection is more likely. What position did I play in hockey? I played right wing. I think as I was developing my skating, though, I probably would have ended up on defense, because for like I started playing in. I technically started playing ice in 2015, but for like a new skater at the time, and over time as I developed, like, you know, I was told that I was pretty good for the time, like how long I had been skating for, and I had just natural movements, like, you know, pivoting to skate backwards, that like just D-man would have. So I think I would have shifted to defense, but I liked being on defense too. Like, my shot was always low and flat, which was good for deflections, but I was never like a sniper. I never had like a fucking ripper of a shot. I would not be that type of guy. You played it as well? That's awesome, dude. Yeah, it's I miss hockey. I can't believe out of all the hobbies people were asking me about earlier, that's one I haven't played in a while either. If I wanted to play hockey or golf, I really couldn't, because my arm's been kind of fucked up this year for the last like 4 months. But you know, it's starting to get better. Every day, like, some days it's better, some days it's not. I just have to like put my sleeve on and off. Having an editor and taking off a lot of pressure on my arm has been good, but you know, I definitely think I'm eventually going to need to just get an MRI and just see if like something happened there. Did I play soccer? No. I picked up soccer for like a little bit in high school when I played a lot of FIFA, and I thought I could learn how to like juggle soccer ball pretty easily, and that was like very naive. That was a very naive thought. What did I do to my arm? I did back in May, back in April, I should say. I hurt my knee on a jog. I ran way too much. Just so you know, for those of you who jog a lot, either make sure you stretch or switch to like biking, which I would suggest if you're able to, because I fucked up my knee for a while because I jogged like 4 times a week. And so I ended up like tweaking it, and I like it hurt bad for a good month before it ended up getting better. And so as someone who's a very active individual, I was active most days of the week for like the last 3 to 4 years. I had to stop completely for a month. And so when I got back into it, I went down, did some push-ups. Long story short, my elbow inside started to hurt. And then I started editing, and it started hurting my wrist. And I think part of it was my puppy, because he like runs to the extent of the leash, and so you get like a pull here in your elbow. And I think just like 8 different things fucked me up. And so what happens is now I get like a little inflammation in my arm when I edit. If I edit too much, if I click around the computer too much. And it's just been, oh my God. Like, I know a lot of people are struggling with like fucking, you know, the coronavirus and everything. We all are. But this might be the most fucking annoying thing I've ever dealt with, and it is like absolutely consumed any amount of irritation this year for me. Yeah, it's just been it's been so challenging to overcome it. I'm so determined to have it behind me by the end of the year. My pleasure, Nick. Glad I can answer. Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt myself. Spearhead. Ooh, $10. Thank you, dude. The menu hell in PSO2 can be daunting for sure. Will you be watching the NGS presentation at TGS? Yeah, dude, the menu hell is absolutely what really turned my friends off from that game. They were like, this game is so poorly explained. I understand that. I respect that. I just think underneath it was a really cool game. And I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to go back to it tonight. I don't know. Even though I like it's playing by myself, whatever. The NGS presentation, NGS. I'm trying to think. I know Tokyo Game Show, NGS. NGS. I'm trying to think. What series is NGS? You got a bad shoulder. I feel you, man. It affects your life so much. Yeah, like for me, man, like I freak out like every other week that like sometimes when I'm clicking on the computer and my arm flares up, I'm just like, oh man, like, you know, am I in the right career field? Like, am I going to have this my whole life? But, you know, it gets better. So that's a good thing. Oh, Metal Gear. MGS. I'm sorry. I see NGS. Yeah, I mean, hey, more Metal Gear Solid would be great. Jake, you're getting put to work today, brother. Appreciate you, dude. Depressed me too, Maddie. Just try to push it. Yeah, I'll be all right. Like I know at the end of this all, I will have it behind me. It's just very frustrating, and so it can be challenging on some days. Do I play any fighting games? I play Dragon Ball FighterZ a lot, but I've kind of fallen out of the fighting game space. Oh, Spearhead. Thank you again, man. NGS is the rework to PSO2 called New Genesis. Wait, what? What, really? New Genesis? I'm so confused. So is this like an official product? What? I'm looking up this right now. Sorry. I'm so fascinated by it because, huh? Might be better in the base game. Yeah, dude. Like, that's what timing? I wonder, is by chance, if you could let me know, would like your Phantasy Star Online 2 stuff carry over into this? Use CBD, Matty, no high, very effective. That's actually a really good idea. I was also looking at a homeopathic injection. Nutter butter. Mafia 1 review. Yeah, dude, for sure. I'm definitely gonna do that, provided I get a code. I will be playing the game. All right, wow. I got so lost in our conversation. We'll obviously talk during the show, but we'll also talk more after the show. You know this. Don't do injections that are painful as well. It's homeopathic though. It's not like steroids. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's gonna feel good, but you know, it uses like all natural stuff. Oh, there goes my monetization. Let me know if it's too loud, by the way.
Hello and welcome to Night City Wire Episode 3, the show from us at Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. In today's episode, we're going to start by taking you on a tour of Night City in a new gameplay video and have a chat with senior level designer Miles.
Sunset Lake
then
CBD.
We're going to introduce you to the gangs of Night City.
Interesting.
In another new gameplay
All right, yeah, I'll look into that, man. I appreciate that.
And have a chat with Mattyplays from our quest team. Then before we finish today's episode, we're going to give you a look at some of the incredible finalists in our PC case modding contest. And we have some information that PC players have been waiting to hear. So let's get started. It's time to take you on a tour of Night City.
Thank you, Dominic. Really good dude. Appreciate you, man. I should have grabbed water before this. All right. All I'm saying is Cyberpunk hasn't been... Night City Wire hasn't been lit since the first one.
New to Night City? It's not so bad here.
How we feeling today? Because I feel amazing.
The food. The Thai on 7th and Haywood. The pierogies down by the docks.
Ooh, pierogies.
Our home.
I've had pierogies in fucking forever.
Always, your business
for the monetization, Richard, you're an MVP,
and
bro.
This is your world news update.
You're funny, man. Thank you. Want my money on the double. This game looks graphically like way better than I... Wow. Like the character models look so good. This song's whack. Steven! Wow, $20 super chat. Thank you, dude. Love your stuff. Glad you joined the CLS team with Colin and Chris. Hope you can do a guest spot on Sacred Symbols.
America.
Yeah, I would love to do that, man. That'd be great. We got a lot of stuff planned for CLS, so I'm really excited about that. So thank you for coming over here from CLS, man.
Crime
and we're gonna have a new CLS video this week. I got next week's. Dustin's handling it this week, but I'm excited to unveil some of our plans, man.
You want to be some kind of hero.
That's a fight this city won't let you win.
I'm just shocked at, like, am I the only one who's, like, kind of fucked up by, like, the faces look great. Like, I don't know how else to word it.
Well, on that note, that's it for today's Info Flash. Sleep tight, Night City.
Want my money on the double, Matty? Linford, look, I'll be honest, I'll take you up on it. I ain't gonna e-bag, but I'll take you up on it.
How well do you know its history? Who was Richard Knight? How many stations are in the NCART system? Which city district boasts the best burrito in town? The answers to these questions and more can be found at the address at the bottom of your screen. Check it out and fall in love with Night City all over again.
Night City love. It's actually a thing. What? This is wild. Wow, they actually made like a whole... Yeah, I'm looking right now. Interesting. I bet there's secrets hidden in here now.
Well, since Night City is one of our stars of this episode, there is actually quite a lot to talk about. So let's start at the beginning. How did Night City come to be? Because yes, it exists in the world of the tabletop, But how do you take that and make what we've got now?
Well, yeah, as you can imagine, making a city that is as big and complex as Night City is quite the ambitious project. First off, we sat down and we were really considering what is it that we wanted to do with Night City. In a way, Night City is the star of Cyberpunk, right? It is one of its main characters. We wanted to make a city that is very, very believable, right? I mean, the word immersion gets thrown around a lot, but really, we wanted you to be able to dive into it and feel like this is a real place. And then secondly, we also wanted to provide enough variety between districts so that exploring Night City would always be fun, right? There's no point in making a city that is all same-ish, and it doesn't really matter where you go, because once you've been through one district, you feel like you've been through all of them. So for that, we first off started taking a look at the real-life geography that Night City is located on, and that would be on the coast of California. Knowing that Night City would be a coastal city gave us a bit of insight into what we would
that near miss
expect
there. I
from
got a
the
little
city
anxiety
layout.
watching
You'd
that.
expect a port, you'd expect
God.
huge industrial areas that would facilitate this kind of trade that you would assume a city of this type would have with the world. And then we went through and actually divided the city into several districts, 6 of them, and some of them are based on the original lore. We decided to give their own characteristics in terms of architecture, the
that looks like an
demographics,
outpost.
the people that would live there, and also
That looks
the
like an
function
outpost right
within
there.
the
That
city. Each of these
that was
districts,
like
in turn, we divided into
two
further
Arasaka
sub-districts,
agents in the
which we
front,
further
cameras,
characterized using the more
walls
grand
around the
theme
building.
of the larger district. This process, I think, has resulted in a city that feels quite alive, has a lot of character, where each district feels like its own distinct zone
I actually don't know if
without
it's releasing with
feeling
mod support.
separated from the larger picture. And that results in something that allows the player to easily navigate even the complex concrete jungles of Night City simply by looking around and always having a rough idea where you actually are.
But Night City is clearly so different from anything we've ever created with The Witcher. Can you give us some idea about, or some insight into just how big and how densely packed Night City really is?
Yes, so I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that Night City is easily the most complex thing that I or the others have worked on. The city is super organic, right? It's not like a chessboard layout.
just talking,
but
bro.
the
Like, I gotta
layout of
see
the city is
something.
crazy, and you can tell that it grew in phases, right? Where buildings have been built on top of each other, and I guess the mega buildings that we have showcased are a great example of this. You'll actually see that they are located on some kind of pillar, and then expand outside and then up high into the sky, and underneath it you'll have space for other buildings. This yields a lot of interesting experiences when it comes to exploration, and that's the one thing I'm
that's
most
cool, okay.
excited about for players to experience. We've been saying that our exploration is super vertical, right? But what this really means is that it changes the way you explore the city. Compared to our previous games, you won't be able to easily set out on a target in the distance, right? You won't be able to say, oh, there's a castle on a hill over there, I'll try to get there, and then you'll be lost on the way. But here it's much more intimate, much more moment to moment. You might be roaming the cities and get a call by your fixer who informs you about a job nearby that you might be able to do, right? Or you find an alleyway and you walk down one of the many alleyways that the city has to offer, and it's always a surprise. You don't know if you might stumble upon some gangers hanging out that are up to no good. Sometimes, and these are the moments that I often get surprised with, you'd even stumble upon the odd elevator that is meant to connect parts of the, different layers of the city. And it's quite astonishing sometimes to see where you come out when you enter one of these and, find that, oh, this is actually how it connects to the world. That's crazy. And now I'm here, and now I know there's a shortcut that I can take.
Yeah, I just want to see him
And
walking
again,
around the city. Like,
this
they're just showing me
all
city
serves
shots.
to
Like, walk
really
around,
enhance this
show what you're
sense of
talking
wonder
about.
that we all come to love from open world games, and the whole city is built to cater to that.
I mean, you guys have really brought Night City to life, and I really want to make a point of that. It is a living, breathing city. So as a level designer, can you give us some insight into those little touches that you guys have made? Because I hear you guys have even been placing rubbish by hand.
Oh yes, we've been placing quite a bit of rubbish, and that's certainly one of the more glorious parts of being a level designer or an environment artist, where you get to litter the streets that you've spent time building with the garbage. But it's details such as this that we find really
Aliens
important
kidnap my
to
wife
make the
and
city
kids.
feel alive. And also, we take great pride in the process of making this, right? We have a lot of fun actually placing a lot of what we call mini stories, right? These are little encounters that you can find when you simply walk along the streets. Of course, we have huge quests, right?
there we
Side
go.
quests. We have lots of side activities that you can do, but it always is nice to just kind of stop down for a minute and take a look at your surroundings that we have so lovingly created, and try to see if there maybe isn't something that you can be a little detective for. Now, one other thing that I think is really, really cool is also the fact that we have actually named every single street in the city. So not only will NPCs
cool.
be able
I
to
like that.
communicate their locations or the locations they want you to visit by sort of referring to the street names, but also you will be able to talk to your friends about it in that way, right? Have you been to Poplar Street in Japantown, for example? And I think this is a small detail, but the philosophy that we have with these kind of things is that, you know, many, many small things contribute to the sum of it, which is hopefully then you being able to explore a city that you feel is truly alive and that you haven't
First
been
time in stream, long time fan.
experiencing
Not
before.
trying to ruin the 2077 vibes.
Well,
you're
Miles,
not.
thank you
There's
so
no
much for
vibe.
giving
If I'm
us
honest with
your
you,
insight.
like
I
they're just
suppose
showing the
when
city
the
and
game
going,
launches,
"We
you
worked
could
hard.
be
We
an
worked
official
hard.
Night City
We
tour guide
worked
instead,
hard."
right?
It's like,
I
yeah,
might
bro.
be,
We
yeah. You
all
know,
absolutely
if this
know that.
game dev thing doesn't work out for me, I
But
might,
is there one
might
Wasteland Impressions
retire
video in the
and
works?
become
Love
a
your
tour
stuff,
guide
man.
in Night
Thank you so
City.
much. Appreciate the super chat.
Don't forget that if you are
No, but I was
tuning
gonna
in
shout
late,
out the
or if you
patch.
just want
I don't have the
watch
time to
anything
give it a look.
again,
I'll be
we'll
honest with you.
uploading everything to our channels
I've definitely
soon.
considered it.
Now, from the 6th Street to the Valentinos, it's time to introduce you to the gangs of Night City.
Hopefully we'll actually see, you know, like we
how
saw
things
gameplay
work in Night
earlier,
City.
right? But I'm saying, like, I want to see
Stronger survive.
when they said that they were going to
That's
have a
how things
tour of the
stand.
city. I thought we were actually going to see them
You're either
explore a
somebody
little bit.
Or you fizzle out into nothing.
Densea ain't a city that lets you get by without
I agree, Harris. Yeah, a bunch of corporate speak.
My friend, we are all so far from home.
That looks so good, though.
Which gang's the city's biggest and baddest, according to the NCPD?
Scavs hold the body count title. Or Maelstrom, depending on the season.
One time, a Maelstrom ganger killed a young kid right in front of my eyes for shits and giggles.
Chrome-sucking psychos.
And who the fuck are you to say what can and can't be? I'm gonna introduce you to our meat grinder. About time we had some fun! Think Maelstrom never forget!
Can we join the Yakuza in this game? Thank you again, Tyler.
I hate these
I actually don't know.
motherfuckers.
Just a gang
That'd be
like
good.
any
That'd be
other,
dope
right?
if you could.
I'll take the Valentinos.
I'm sure they have their own version of the Yakuza.
They follow God and the Santa Madre. Honor means something to them.
How'd you meet Jackie?
We started out together.
In the Valentinos?
No, in the fucking Bible book club.
I gotta give style points to the Valentinos. They have a punishment for every occasion.
Their aesthetic is fucking dope.
Gangster life, puto!
Quick shout out to everyone in Haywood and Santo Domingo. Lately, the Valentinos and 6th
Ooh, it's
Street
like a
have had
radio?
a bigger bone to pick.
6th Street. Why'd they want to wipe you?
I don't know, can't fucking stand Tinos?
I've dealt with 6th Street before. We do the run, they'll transfer the cred.
Come on, let's go before
Ooh, that was a new weapon, bro.
Shot! Any more Second Amendment fans in the house, huh?
I feel bad for the people who are going to do the frame-by-frame breakdowns. They did so many of those in this video.
Time to bring on the future.
Any idea how many attacks from behind
Voodoo
the Black
Boys.
Wall we
Yeah.
neutralized? If the Voodoo Boys breach the Black Wall, we'll all be fucked.
Voodoo Boys. Urban myth, I thought. Just net runners spooking each other. No such gang.
You know, I heard a few things about you. The Voodoo Boys, best runners in town.
You do not steal from the Voodoo Boys. I see you, always. For them, Pacifica's just Haiti 2.0. Their own island, cut off from the rest of the city.
This is our turf, our home. Until last week, the animals crawled in.
Animals are the craziest fucking gang in the city.
Oh, yeah.
Breaker stall!
Oh, my gosh.
Animals aren't the play here, are they? They're hired muscle. Someone else needed them.
I fucked you over, you fucked the gang over. Somewhere at the start of the story, somebody fucked the corp. See how this works now?
Huh.
My husband's new West.
Oh, that's my gang right there. That's my gang right there.
Eddies, sold sex and black market tech.
Yeah.
See a lot of tigers. They run this place.
Know what else they do well? Break the knees of
Oh,
people who
shit.
ask questions.
Gotta do something.
Shut the fuck up! The tigers will kill us.
Come on, baby.
Oh my, what the hell?
Tiger claws killed one girl too many, so people took matters into their own hands.
Folk went ballistic. Girls, pimps, outcasts, the whole freak show. It's how the Mox got started.
Think you're some kind of gang group now, huh?
Us Moxes
What?
have each other's back.
This is crazy how
Look
many
out for
gangs
one
there are and how
another.
different they
You're
are.
looking for some company tonight?
How'd you hook up with the Mox?
I thought Susie and the gang
Uh-oh.
could really change something in this city.
Moxes and nomads don't seem so different. Both seem to yammer a lot about community, solidarity. Tell me about the Badlands. Not much going on out here, huh?
Au contraire. This is an ecosystem. Nomads, raft and shiv, corporations,
Oh my
and
God,
drifters,
bro.
they form a complete whole. Remove one part, the delicate
Oh
balance
my
topples.
God, dude.
Here in the Aldecaldos, it all stays in the family.
Classic dilemma. What comes first? Family or the outside world?
This family will go to hell and back.
Everyone in this
So
city lives
many
in a
gangs.
bubble, and either you fly high or sink into quicksand.
Hopefully they all play different so you can like the enemy encounters will be diverse. Obviously the Badlands will be different.
Thank you so
That was
much
awesome.
for
Wow.
joining us.
That was more exciting
I've
than what they've shown so far.
I've personally been really excited to give people a closer look at the gangs. We've shown a little bit on Twitter, but their styles are so distinct.
Yes, I enjoyed them a lot as well in our game. I think they're very cool.
But let's start then with the kind of role that they play, because gangs really do play a prominent role in Night City, correct?
What is the Matt
definitely.
Pack
The
coming
gangs,
up? We're
they
always coming
rule
up,
the
bro.
Streets of Night City.
We're
You
always
know, they
coming
have
up.
The newest cyberware, they have the
Karis
newest
for
weaponry,
carrying.
and they are.
I want to say I've watched your
really
videos since the
everyone needs
pre-4
to
days.
take
Keep
into
up the good
account
work.
when
Now I
they
have to get back to
are
my
thinking of
calibrations.
operating in
All
Night
right,
City.
man.
You
Thank
will
you so
encounter
much.
them as
Appreciate
you
the
explore
love.
the city, of
That means a
course,
lot,
but
man.
also as
Pre-Fallout
you
4 days. That
complete
was a
main quests,
long
side
time
quests,
ago. A lot of
different
time to
jobs
just
for the
ditch my
fixers.
content.
Sometimes you might even
Thank
get
you for
hired
sticking
by
with me,
them.
man.
But then, I suppose everybody's thinking then, can you join a gang?
Well, V is a merc, and mercs of Night City are this unique, distinct group that stick mostly to themselves, right? And they get jobs from variety of factions. They can get jobs from corporations, they can get jobs from gangs, they can get jobs from different kind of like influential clients. Because of this, nobody will ever trust a merc to be one of them, right? And the gangs are no exception here. They are looking only for like people that they know will be loyal to them, right? And that they will fight for their cause all of the time, not just some of the times when it's profitable to them. So because of this, V will mostly stick to the afterlife. And the afterlife are this group of mercs, this legendary group of mercenaries in Night City. They get the best jobs, they get the most money, the best clients, and so on. So if you want to become a legend in Night City, you are going to the afterlife.
So we've obviously mentioned distinct style then. So does that mean there are kind of special gang-themed weapons and items and clothing for players to find and use?
Yes, definitely. There are different vehicles that you can drive, for example. There are cars, there are motorbikes. Then, of course, there are different pieces of clothing themed after gangs. There are weapons and so on. So yeah, definitely there are
Arasaka
things
blade.
to look forward to.
Hell yeah.
I suppose as somebody who's spent as much time as you have kind of getting to know the gangs, I have to ask, which is your favorite and why?
So I would have to say probably Maelstrom, simply because they have this unique, distinct feel.
If I understood properly,
and this weird aesthetic about them.
I'll wait till he's quiet. Hold on.
So the idea about Maelstrom is they are people who want to cross the boundary between the machine and human, right? They are changing so much of their body with cyberware that they no longer look human, really. On top of that, they are also very unpredictable. It's very difficult to say what they will do at any point when you meet them. At one moment, they can be shaking hands with you, and at the other moment, you know, they will pull gun out on you, and they bring in this element of chaos into the game, which I really enjoy personally.
You don't really join
thank
a
you
gang,
so much
you
for
just
joining
raise
us.
your
It's
street
always interesting to learn
cred
what your favorite gang
by
is. I think
doing
it kind of tells me a little bit
missions
about you.
for all of them.
Oh,
You're not
does it?
really like
What does
associated
it
with
say about
one
me?
per se. They're kind of like hosts of
We'll
side
talk about that
quests.
later.
Is that kind
but
of
for
the
now,
did
before
I
we wrap
get that
up
right?
today's episode, we asked people to show us their creativity and design a PC case mod, Cyberpunk style. Our panel of judges selected 5 finalists, and we teamed them up with professional case modders to bring their concept to reality.
Cyber up your PC.
These 5 amazing designs will be fighting for the main prize, an Alienware Aurora PC, along with other awesome gaming peripherals. Brought to you by our partners, Alienware, Nvidia, and SteelSeries. Let's see the mods.
I absolutely loved this one.
The whole aesthetic works with each other.
Absolutely next level. Honestly,
Oh
kind of
my gosh.
terrifying.
Exactly the type of thing I would expect to find at a trade show.
It really looks like it could have come straight out of the game.
Very cool. Very disappointed there was no like gameplay. It was a trailer. It was some fucking floating shots of the city.
To watch the full PC case modding video and to get more information about when the winning design will be available on charity auction, stay tuned to our social media channels. Looking at those PC case mods, it reminds me that we do have one more thing to reveal. If you're going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 on PC when it launches this November, we do have some specs to share that I think some of you have been waiting for. The minimum system requirements for Cyberpunk are a Windows 7 or 10 PC, an Intel Core i5 3570K or AMD FX 8310, 8 gigs of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 780 or an AMD Radeon RX 470. In the storage department, the game will take up roughly 70 gigs of space,
Okay.
and although it will run off a HDD, we do recommend an SSD. As for the recommended specs, you're in the green if you're rocking Windows 10, an Intel Core i7 4790 or AMD Ryzen 3 3200G. 12 gigs of RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or AMD Radeon R9 Fury.
I gotta upgrade my shit. I still got a 980 Ti.
Episode 3 of Night City Wire.
Not bad.
Don't forget that if you've missed
Not bad.
anything or if you just
Pretty
want
good.
to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels
Pretty
shortly.
good.
And we will be back soon with episode 4.
Those that's the minimum requirements. A lot of people are saying easy specs, but the minimum requirements are pretty. See how it looks that way. That was a really like. All I'm saying, I'll say it because no one else is gonna say it online. I think these Night City Wires have absolutely sucked since the first one. First one was hype. Oh my god, my voice just fucking shattered. First one was hype because we got so much new information. And like you got to actually see into the world, and there were like previews synced up with it. The fact that they just like keep like PR speaking the whole way through them. I don't know. They've been kind of like boring. I'm not looking for like hype overload. I know they want to keep things close to their chest, but there haven't been any of those like, oh shit kind of reveals. Like the first one, the first episode had the subtle reveal of like everything you just saw was from the first 4 hours of the game, and it's like, oh, that's fucking sick. You know, like to me, that's huge. And oh yeah, there's a post show for this. We'll see what this is about. But I don't know. At the end of the day, it matters if the game is good. But the Night City Wire is like a fan. It's just been like very underwhelming. Which gang appeals to you the most after that? The Japanese theme one, of course. That one was sick. Seems like they're just going to be your quest givers. These new thumbnails make me not want to click the video. I'll keep supporting. Now, Jalen, you do what you want, man. I appreciate you being honest and upfront, but you do what you want. Yeah, I'm looking at this website that they did right here. Has like their own built-in fake ads and stuff. The history of Night City begins with the dream of one man, Richard Knight. Too good to wait. Yeah, this is kind of wild that they made like a whole website and like it tells you about each section of the game world. Santo Domingo, Pacifica, outskirts. Interesting. Very cool. Definitely worth giving a look. As long as the side quests you get have substance, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there will be most of them with substance. I doubt they'll all be super fetch questy. You'd hope not, at least. I thought joining gangs would be cool, aka faction cred, but it looks like they're just cred as a merc. Yeah, I'll admit. Thank you for the donation, by the way. Or super chat. I'm sorry. I always say donation. I'll admit, little underwhelmed by that. But that's just me. All right, let's see what this post show is about. If they reveal anything.
DJ, how cool was that? How you feeling?
I'm kind of hyped. I've been excited for Cyberpunk for a really long time, so I'm excited to see more about Night City. We got to see a lot of things in that Night City wire. Welcome to the post show here on Twitch Gaming. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself, and if you have any things that you thought were awesome about that extended preview of Night City, feel free to put it in the chat. We got some awesome things coming up, but for now we got to talk about all of the things that we just saw. Like that trailer was wild.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always just blown away by how pretty it is. Like, that's the thing that always gets me, is every time we see more Cyberpunk footage.
I keep the volume up. Yeah, the volume for this is really quiet. My shit's maxed out, guys.
To an extent, I got to play 4 hours a few months ago, and I can tell you that it actually does look like that. The game really does look like that. It's absolutely stunning, and there's so much detail in, you know, this is a weird thing to point to specifically, but even seeing
Linford, thank you so much. Stay sexy, Maddie. I will try my absolute hardest. You know, see, I thought this would be longer and more to dig into, so I intentionally didn't. I obviously didn't have time, but I was gonna get up and get my copy of Mario to stream today, but I was like, no, it's Night City Wire. Like, there's obviously gonna be more to get into, but
what's working best. Yeah, and then we did the transfer. His eyes lit up blue, and I gave him some money. So, yeah, just even that stuff. I'm just always so blown away, and I feel like I'm gonna spend a lot of time when the game actually comes out just staring at things. Just walking around and looking at stuff. I'm excited about it.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
Wait.
DJ, you've gone invisible. Have you been hacked into the cyber network? What's happened to you? He's still there. He's just something cyber has happened. Yeah, I mean, that again, that's consistent. Everything that I've seen of the game is just...
Hey, Maddie, I've been watching your videos about K-Drama Stars articles on Elder Scrolls. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I remember people gave me so much hate for those videos because I was like, ES6 isn't happening yet. And they're like, fuck you, it's happening. And I'm just like, now that they announced their roadmap and they did 76 Starfield, then ES6, it's like, ah.
If you were to jump in one of those and go downstairs, the stuff that you had seen through the window would actually be outdoors. And another cool thing about the elevators, this is such a little touch. Elevators are so often used as loading screens in games. It's a really common thing, nothing new. But in the case of Cyberpunk, they are really interesting, also very short, but really, really interesting. They have all these talk show hosts who I think we saw a fair bit of today, who have all these different personalities. So
don't worry, Dustin, I saw your message.
Like you would in GTA or something, when you're in one of those elevators in a way that's like oddly very exciting. I looked forward to loading screens, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, all right. It looks like this post show offers nothing
But
So let's just talk.
wanna say before
You
we
know,
get into all the
let's just be a
details, we'll try to
community.
figure that out.
Let's just talk. Can I just like max out my webcam here? Because now that I found out how to stream it in like 1080p, I'll just like max out my webcam here. Well, it's not full 1080p. Then we'll take these off. Then we'll do that. All right. I think that's. There we go. All right, let's just talk about everything we saw. I think I'm still gonna make a video about everything from the Night City Wire, but maybe I just got to put a second pair of eyes on it. Like, I was excited, but like not the level of excitement that I thought I was gonna have. You need to allow Prime subscription for your Twitch, Matt. JScaps, I definitely have that. That's definitely a thing I already have. This episode's so lacking. I agree. The fact that it was like over in a heartbeat, I think highlights they're running out of shit to show. I genuinely think they're running out. No problem, Jay. Appreciate you doing that, man. Just know, like, I don't offer any perks over on Twitch, so if you want any, like, the Patreon or YouTube's probably your best place to go. But hey, whatever you want to use it for, be my guest. I feel this sort of showed more city life. Yeah, and that's not a bad thing. It's just that, like, they were floating shots while they gave you PR speak, and for me, man, I'm just like, oh, this is not what I thought it would be. Are you still streaming Mario today? Yeah, smart. So pretty much what happened was, number one, my alarm went off really late today, so I didn't get a chance to run to GameStop to get the copy I pre-ordered. The other issue is I thought that this Night City Wire would be a lot more. Like, this was kind of bare bones. And, like, I'm still positive about it. Like, I still am excited about it. I still like what I saw, but I thought there would be more. Whoa, I didn't expect that. Something about it fell flat. I don't know. I think it's just, like I said, I think they probably should have just done one big Night City Wire, one big preview day, and called it there. But now what's happening is this game is presenting the image of being so fucking big it deserves its own monthly show, that, like, every month people are coming in expecting to see a ton, myself included, are expecting to see a ton of new stuff. And they're getting, like, here's a couple shots of the city that were screenshots you already saw. Was it 20 minutes? Yeah, it was. It might have been shorter than that. I think we were live longer during our pre-show than the actual Night City Wire itself. Let's see what Twitter's saying, right? Let's see what Twitter's saying. Let's see what our friends are saying online, or I'll check what they're saying. I guess at the end of the day, maybe it's just I don't need to see more of this game. Maybe I'm already convinced. I'm not really seeing anyone talk about it. I don't see many people offering their take. Thoughts on Twitch streamers being in the game? Guys, I don't know how else to word it. Like, let's put it this way. If they invited me to be in the game, I'd absolutely leap on it, but it's a marketing move at the end of the day. It's the same thing with, like, I guess in a sense, I don't really co-sign to this ideology, but, like, it's the same thing with when you get, like, a review copy. You know, you definitely influence sales with that. Either positively or negatively, but a lot of people do believe that, like, review copies are just, like, you're a part of the marketing scheme at a certain point in time. So you know, I don't think it's bad. I think it's cool that people are getting, like, streamers are getting, like, cool opportunities to be in the game and all that stuff. Like, I think, Co Carnage is in it. Alana Pierce is in the game. Two of the biggest streamers are content creators on the platform. I mean, CD Projekt Red knows what they're doing. It just generates hype for their game. Clamwalker, thank you so much for donating. Let's just hope they're not intentionally overhyping it. I don't think they are, but, you know, they definitely, I always, CD Projekt Red's a really smart company. They know what they're doing, man. Like, I don't say that, like, in a nefarious way. Just they know how to, like, they know how to get people excited. You know, they absolutely know what gets people going. And I think part of it's because people are so easily and quickly buy into the excitement that it doesn't take them much. Like, they just have to have, like, a streamer announce what they're doing in the game, and that's it. Like, I think Alana got, like, last I looked, she had, like, fucking 50K likes on that tweet. Like, that's huge, man. That's just huge exposure for the game in general. I should be in there instead of Kiana. See, the thing is I'm not saying those people aren't, by the way, because I don't pay close attention to their content. But, you know, like, I am openly very critical of CD Projekt Red because people hold them to a high standard, so I will do that. I have no problem doing that. I'm not saying that Alana doesn't or that Co Carnage doesn't, but I'm just saying I don't think they would ever have interest in putting me in the game because that's the thing. It's hard to sponsor me. I'm very critical. Amazing content, Mr. Matty. Keep it up and keep up the RPG loves. Thank you, Silver Lighting. Appreciate you guys doing a lot of super chat in today's stream. It goes a long way, guys. It really does, because I don't upload on our stream days, so it does go a long way in kind of supplementing what's missing when I don't post a video. So I appreciate you guys who do that. I don't know. I'm not too invested in big Twitch communities to care, but they're in the game, to be honest, but that's just me. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know how far it goes for people, like, when like, Greg Miller's getting thrown into games, right? Like, he was thrown into, I feel like the shirtless Spider-Man thing was in Iron Man VR. It was in, obviously, Spider-Man PS4. And so, I don't know if it hypes people up. Does it, you know, the other thing, the adverse effect, I'd be a little worried if I were in so many games just because it starts to look like you're going to be biased, because who the fuck wouldn't be hyped about being in a game, right? Like, if I were in a game, I'd be hyped, but I don't know how serious you'd take my opinion if I brought out a review on the game saying, like, this is really good. It's like, well, you're in the game. Yeah, it's pretty fucking good, isn't it? And I don't say it, like I said, I want to make sure I clarify. I don't say that with, like, any bitterness in my soul. I genuinely mean it. Like, I wouldn't blame people if they were just like, Thank you, Justin. It doesn't add anything to the game for me. It doesn't encourage or discourage me from buying. Yeah, that's the thing. It's at the end of the day, it's just there. It's just a thing. Like, it doesn't really matter. Silver Lightning, thank you again. Well, in that case, more love and support. Thank you. Well, that's nice of you. I really appreciate that. What do you think of the Dragon's Dogma anime? I wanted to play the game again first, because I was, like, really in the mood to do a 2020 review for that game, and then I saw the anime, and I'm just like, if I watch this, then I'm probably not going to play the game, and that's going to hurt my content. I don't like influencers being in games. It's a sellout move on both sides, and was the second most annoying part of Mass Effect 3. Wait, were there influencers in Mass Effect 3? Big love. Big fan, Maddie. Loving the Friday live streams. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, man, I've been liking this. I look forward to it every week. It's just nice to like. I wish this was something longer. I'm really regretting not getting Mario, and I don't even have my Switch dock with me or anything. So it's not even like I could last minute just say, oh, let's fire it up. So I'm feeling a little bit of regret. But yeah, I mean, it's cool that we can just sit here and chat for a little bit of time. Jessica Chobot was in there. Diana Allers. Oh, Jessica. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. I can't believe I forgot that. Fucking all the YouTube poops of that. Weekend Mario stream. Well, I'm with my girlfriend tomorrow, so I don't know how. What's it called? How plausible that is. Steven again, 20 super chat. Thank you, dude. I asked you on last stream if you played Breath of Fire. You said you don't have SNES. Well, my friend, it's on Switch Virtual Console. No excuse now. Love your work. Wow. All right. Actually, yeah, I'll give it a try, dude. It actually did it get added between our last stream that you asked and this one? Because I saw that they added Donkey Kong Country 2. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll absolutely give that a shot, Steven. Thank you for letting me know. And thank you again for the donation. I think Jeff got a hard on for Death Stranding. It definitely helped. He was in it. It's the only annoying example because the one Gamescom was literally worship Kojima. Yeah, I agree too hard. That might be what's sour my taste a little bit because I don't think like Alana or, I didn't think negatively of it before, but I'm just saying I don't think Alana or Co-Carnage or any of them have that issue that Jeff had with what was going on with Kojima and Death Stranding. If anything else good on Switch Virtual? I like the Mario Golf game, but that's like it plays like shit, but it's fun online. Brendan C. Tabletop RPGs, Maddie. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of those. I haven't played them in a while because none of my friends are able to get together. I'm probably the only one who's able to social distance and work. The rest of my friends work in like very public places. So it's one of those things where we're trying to avoid putting each other in the line of fire. Appreciate the super chat. But yeah, I play Mansions of Madness. That's one. That's a very fun kind of setup tabletop RPG. I've been structuring my own The Old Republic campaign for D&D with my friends. It'll be a tabletop simulator one. I've got all the maps downloaded. I spent like 4 hours getting miniatures from like all different universes, from like Skyrim to Warhammer, to Star Wars, just tons of shit. I've got maps. I found out how to make 3D maps with those maps and render them as objects. So I'm DMing it. So I've got to figure, I have like a story in my head and I've got to now just figure out how to put all the maps together. Right now I got the first 3 maps in my head planned out. I have like a opening and then 2 planets right now. Maddie the Master GM. It's my first time. No, it's my first time. That's why it's taken a little bit. We decided last weekend to set it up, so my friends are sending me their character sheets, and they're going to. I need one more of my friends' bios because what's going to happen is they're leaving it very open ended, so I can like tie in other characters from their story into the one I'm making, and hopefully it'll be a lot more interesting for them personally speaking. David Bird, would you ever stream some Tales games or the Cold Steel series? So I have Trails 1 on my Vita. I was just playing it last night. It's funny you bring it up. I was just playing it last night. I actually almost through chapter 5. I would like to stream Trails, but I know it's kind of like I don't know. I want to make a more extensive video of Trails first. That's what I'd want to do. Tales, when Tales of Arise comes around, yeah. Oh yeah. But Trails, I would rather make a more like a sustainable video project. Custom D&D is hard. Yeah, it is tough because here's the thing is, especially because it's virtual, like I can't just draw out a map and say use your imagination because it's all on Tabletop Simulator. I've got to literally like physically put things there in the game. So it is tougher, but I think that's good because whenever I have to actually DM my own campaign, I think it'll be a little bit easier. You get any next-gen consoles or just staying PC and Switch? I already pre-ordered my PS5. I'm very, very excited for Demon's Souls Remake. That is one, like, that was enough to sell me on the console, but, you know, I'm actually looking forward to Destruction All-Stars. I thought that game looked really good, personally. That's just me, though. I thought that game looked cool. Obviously, Miles Morales is interesting. I'm not, like, super hyped on it. But, you know, I think they have a good lineup. The Series X, because of the payment options, I will be trying to get that. Started playing Pillars of Eternity. It's right up your alley. Yeah, I gotta not procrastinate that one. That I have so many games sitting on my shelf. Once I have Trails of Cold Steel out of the way, I'm going to be a new man. I'm going to start fucking playing through a ton of games. Trails of Cold Steel, though, it's just because I keep going back and forth between so many shit, but Trails of Cold Steel has been sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. I just need to get it done with. I'm worried Miles Morales is going to be super short. I'm pretty confident it's going to be like a 10-hour story tops. I'm pretty confident about that. I feel like because it's a $50 game, that says all you need to know. I think it is definitely going to be on the shorter side of things. How much do I bench? I have not benched in a long while. I'm genuine. I'm like, I have no shame in my bench amount. It is not a lot, but I have not benched in a long while. I think the most, I'm trying to think. I think when I was like really hitting the gym a lot, that was when I was 18. That's all. I see. The thing is, I could have actually been probably jacked, but I didn't fucking diet right. I just worked out a shit ton, so I got very toned instead. But I'm pretty sure I fucking capped out before I stopped lifting weights. Like, I want to say 135. Like, that's a number that's coming in my head, but that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. That actually sounds like way too fucking heavy. Like, I think it might have been 90. I don't know, man. Because I'm trying to account for the bar weight in my head, which is like 15 pounds. But I genuinely don't know. It's been so, I don't really lift weights anymore. I do resistance band workouts. I don't like lifting weights. It just feels like I'm fucking hurting my body more than I'm helping it. Are you going to be playing Cyberpunk on PS5? Look, I want a review code for that game just like anyone else, so whatever CD Projekt Red wants to give to me, that is where I will be playing the game, if they even do give me a code. I don't want to assume, but, like, you know, that's where I sit on that side of the fence. Maddie, you were stacked. I'm still in good shape. I just, like, my exercise has been so inconsistent because of my arm. When I worked out like 3 weeks in a row recently, because I got this thing called a gorilla bow. It's really cool. When I worked out like 3 weeks in a row, you can immediately see it. Because like I'm lean, I'm tall and I'm lean. So like it immediately kind of starts to show. Like you'll start to see it in like, you can even look at some of my videos. You'll start to see it kind of in my neck area, like a little more definition. My chest is the worst part though. I like my arms will not grow, but you'll see them define. My chest, though, man, like, I don't know what the fuck happens. I literally, like, I have some slight definition in my chest. I definitely get it in my back. I get it in my arms. My chest, though, it's the hardest fucking part for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. I've been trying to figure it out forever. Why are you getting Xbox if you have PC? Part of it's just because of the fact that, like, for me, you know, this is my career, so I want to have everything. Like, I know that sounds so fucking, like, stupid, and I would totally agree with you, but I just want to have everything, man. Like, I just so that I'm not caught off guard and like scrambling for content And like I've saved my money to make sure I could afford both of these. In my head, I was like, okay, I need to make sure I have $1,000 ready by the end of the year. I think that's how much everything's going to cost me. If it costs more, that's fine. I'll dip into savings. And so I have that money set aside. So I'm kind of like ready to buy them both. I'm definitely getting the Series X, not the Series S. Because the Series X allows you to put discs in. And I'm not about to download everything as a collector. Although my Xbox collection is hilariously bad. It's so fucking... It's so funny how like I have some good 360 RPGs. I have like Lost Odyssey, Infinite Undiscovery. I have Final Fantasy 13, 1, 2, 3. I have TMNT Mutant Night Melee. That's for the original Xbox. I have like the Master Chief Collection. Like my Xbox collection is so small. The focus is so off. Yeah, I can't change it. It's well, I can change it like if I go into my camera settings, but because the webcam is on right now, and it's in use, I can't manually focus it like I normally would. So what happens is like, I guess I got to do that before streams. That's fine. So you can see like over here, like look at my hand. You can kind of see that's more in focus. So it's like focused, like the depth is back here when it's like I'm all the way up front. Like I'm sure if I wonder if I like slide over. Oh, it like now it's out of focus again. I don't know, man. If your posture is a bit to the front, your chest muscles will grow disproportionate to your back muscles. Try working on your okay. Yeah, I try to like when I'm working on my chest, like you try to really like make sure you feel it all coming together, right? Like that's what I've been looking for, but posture might be it. That's a good call. I'm in the military, so digital consoles really help with keeping the amount of stuff I have on the dude, yeah, totally. I absolutely understand why more people want the digital consoles. Like that's the smart thing to do, yeah? I like to collect things physically. What's your jacket saying? I can only see the carbonated water from the blue words. It's the ingredients for I think black tea. It is my girlfriend got it for me. It's literally just like Chinese writing for like you can see on the back too. Hold on. It's like I don't know. It's just all the ingredients and stuff in tea. I like tea, so that's it. It's very different. It's very loud. Cyberpunk will be near perfect. Love you, Matty. Yes, indeed. I think we can all get behind that. Oh, wait, we're in focus. Oh, come on, stay with me, camera. I look good right now. This is what the audience wants. This is what they signed up for. What's the role of Johnny Silverhand? What do you think our end objective would be? My prediction with... oh, man, we're out of focus. That was nice for a little bit. My prediction with Johnny Silverhand is it's going to be like a Joker from Arkham Knight situation. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but that's kind of what I'm expecting with that. Just based off what we've seen in marketing. That just seems to make the most sense to me. It seems the most likely, rather. I assume the anime love. I don't know if it's really anime. It's not in Japanese. It's Chinese. Alex, thank you so much for the $20 super chat, dude. I hope Avowed is the next best RPG. You and I both. I just don't, I get worried at times like Obsidian's going to be the product of overhype, right? And I'll probably be at the fucking center of that, right? Like, I got to watch myself because so many people are like, come to me for Obsidian content. So I got to be careful. That's the thing, though, man. Like, a lot of people view, say, CD Projekt, back to our original topic, because people were asking me about, like, Alana being in the game, Co Carnage being in the game, these streamers being in the game. And, like, a lot of people view CD Projekt Red how I would view Obsidian. So if Obsidian came to me and was like, do you want to be in the game? I'd be like, fuck yeah. And I'd be excited to be in it. So I totally get people's desire to be in the game. I don't think anyone would really argue being in the game. Be like, no, please don't. Johnny's alive somehow in a weird internet thing. Is he really? I don't know. That's just my prediction. I see. The thing is I've tried to cover what like we see in the shows, like Night City Wire. I've tried to cover that stuff, but you know, I don't want to take like the deep dive of like lore cracking, because I did that for Fallout 4, and you can go ahead and watch the podcast. Young Yeah was on it, and we like absolutely cracked the code to Fallout 4 story, like through and through. So I don't want to do that for myself. Part of it is intentionally being like, I guess, ignorant, but you know. He's in your head, if I remember correctly. That's what it seemed like. That's why I thought it was going to be kind of like a Joker situation. I love the Divinity Original Sin series as well, but I wish it was first/third person instead of isometric view. You might like Baldur's Gate 3. That's coming out at the end of this month. Oh, you said the same thing twice. With the same. How did you do that? Thank you for the double super chat. I don't know if it was intentional. He's in the immortality chip you get during the intro. Okay. So yeah, he is definitely like a digital thing. So he's going to have like a Joker-esque role. Am I still skateboarding? I got to fix my skateboard. My skateboard is fucked up right now. Yong spoiled the whole story of MGS5 for me just because he's so damn good at in-depth analysis. He got the entire story of that game right. Yeah, man. Something with Yong and getting those stories right, dude. He's good. He's good at what he does. Yeah, man. That's why I'm trying to avoid, right? Like I kind of at least with the Outer Worlds, right? I was able to like dig up the lore, but you couldn't, like the trailers were made so well for that game that I couldn't dig up the story. But that was like the last game I could think of that I was going like all in on things that were coming out for it. Yeah, not intentional for the message, but the donation ain't bad. All right, man. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. You've been killing it this stream, Silver. I wish YouTube. There's two things YouTube's missing. Number one, YouTube streaming needs like a gifted member thing, kind of like how you can gift subs on Twitch. They need something like that for members. I feel like that would get more people to become members in general, which is like a big part of YouTube's revenue. So I don't know why they're not doing that. The other thing is, what was I thinking? Oh, when you're like a super chatter that's doing a lot for the stream, like the fact that like Silver Lightning, who's super chatted like fucking 4 or 5 different times, like doesn't have an icon next to his or her name saying like that they've been supporting the stream a lot, that kind of like blows me away. Like even Twitch does that with their bits. What are your thoughts on Resident Evil Village? Oh, dude. I mean, hey, I'm a Resident Evil fan. I've realized now I've played every Resident Evil except Resident Evil 4. And so that's a wrong I have to right one of these days. Maybe that'll be that. I might write that down. That might be a great 2020 review. RE4 2020 review. Because I've never done that, and that's kind of out of, you guys know me, I usually go back to RPGs, but like I've never played that game, so I feel like I could offer the perspective that someone hasn't. But in answer to your question, you know, this is what happens, I get off topic. In answer to your question, when it comes to Resident Evil 8, I like the feel of it. It looks very creepy with the castles and the village. I didn't play the DLC for 7, so I don't know if it carries any of that into 8. I I like how 7 was first person, but it definitely felt like a different game with Biohazard. I'm not from Japan yet. With Resident Evil slapped on the cover. I hope this one feels more like a true Resident Evil game. I think it's just something. It might be just because it's in first person, and I get that's probably more marketable. But I mean, like I replayed Resident Evil 7 3 times, so I thought that game was great. Great game. So if 8's anything like that, then I'm good with that. Nice office, nerd. Kevin, I'll remember that. I'm suddenly busy next Tuesday and or Thursday. Doing yourself a disservice not playing 4. Everyone's saying that, man. I'm gonna be the guy who figures that out. I'll be the guy who figures that out. I'll be the one who lets you know, right? As someone who's like, how many people do you know who have never played Resident Evil 4 in 2020? Everyone talks about the game. So I best get in there ahead of time. Will you continue your Fallout New Vegas playthrough? It was refreshing to watch. I was playing Fallout 3, but I will do. What is next week? Next week is the 25th. Hopefully we're done with reaction streams because I would love to actually stream a game, right? We've been doing a lot of. Let's just make sure nothing comes out. Game releasing in 2020. I know Game Informer has a really great. Here we are. They have a great calendar. Let's make sure nothing's coming out. September 25th. 13 Sentinels comes out. I'm going to be picking that up. Tennis World Tour. Oh, how could I forget? Mafia Definitive Edition. Yeah, we'll probably be. I don't know if I'll be streaming that. We'll have to see. Resident Evil is the series that got me to sacrifice my. Oh my God, Brandon's. Come on, bro. Why you gotta do that to your mom? Yeah. Maybe Mafia. We'll figure it out. Because I've streamed a lot of Fallout. I'm trying to not stream Fallout a ton again. Like, I liked starting it with 3, but I'm not trying to, like, run it back with constant Fallout streams and work myself into a corner, especially because we have a bigger audience here on YouTube. Like, we have a chance to actually stream different games that we normally wouldn't. Half tank controls, half third person is kind of rough. Yeah, probably, but I'll live. You know, I'm not like, there are certain games I get flustered with their controls. Like, definitely, what is the name of the game? Red Dead 2. Yeah, but wasn't like it ruined the game for me. It was my game of the year. So I feel like I can fight. If your game is an action game, like an action beat 'em up game, and your controls suck, that is where I get pissed. Your ginger, Matty. Gingers can't look good. Well, too fucking bad. I'm here, baby. Let's go. Have you thought about playing Vampire the Masquerade before the sequel comes out? Yeah, I have. I was gonna do a 2020 review for it, but I don't know. I'm gonna absolutely play that though, because I do want to cover the sequel. But I don't know. After you remove the original director from the sequel, like, it killed it for me. I was like, damn, bro, this is whack. Like, Alex, thank you, bro. You're killing it, dude. I hope I put $5 down on my copy of Mario. I'm like really paranoid. I'm going to show up and they're going to be like, yeah, it's all sold out. I'm going to be like, bro, but I put money down. I put money down on it. I just played Mafia 2. Enjoyed that. Looking forward to the remake. Will it have the Playboy girls in it? Yeah, it will. I'm pretty sure it will. Kirk, welcome to the map pack, buddy. Oh, he joined the crew. He's gonna be at the end of all the videos now. Kirk is passionate. We love when Kirk's passionate. Let's go, buddy. Thank you, dude. That's our first member of the stream. That's the thing. YouTube, they got to up the whole fucking membership thing. They got to make it where you can gift them. That's why people sub on Twitch, because most people are gifted subs. At least from my experience. I had more people gifting subs than individually subbing. Let's see here. It's 1:04. I'm trying to map out the rest of my afternoon here. I got 3 hours till the podcast. I got to get a copy of the game, and I got to send my editor a video of all the Cyberpunk information. Nicely ask your girlfriend to get your Mario. I would, but she's like 45 minutes away from me, so it's better if I just get it myself. Always enjoyed your content. Big love. Thank you, Kirk. Love to hear that, man. All right, so I got 3.5 hours to exercise, get a game, and record a video to send to an editor. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. I'm trying to think. It's about like a half hour for GameStop. I think we'll be okay on time. Are you going to try out Stalker during perhaps the spring season when there is usually nothing new to play now that Stalker 2 got your attention? Yes, but at the same time, I'm like, should I just play Stalker 2 as like a new Stalker fan? Like, do I need to play all the other ones to get Stalker 2 to understand it? All the non-Cyberpunk info to your editor. Yeah, I'd have to round that shit up too. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make a Mario video tomorrow instead. Not great at gaming, so you like ham. Welcome to the Matt Pack, buddy. Appreciate you. And Alex Escorza upgrading to join the crew. I don't know if you get a notification for that, but thank you for that, dude. You're also going to be at the end of the video, so we love to see that. I got to update some of my my graphics for my channel so that it can represent some of the new members we're getting. All right. You know what? I want to sit here and talk more, but I really should be smart and just shut the stream down so that I can work on tomorrow's video and make sure I have time before the podcast to do that. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do that, guys. I think that's just a smart call here. I think that's a mature decision. Usually we stream till 3, by the way. But obviously we don't have any content to really stream till then. So I'm going to shut this one down a little bit earlier. Next week, we will be live from our usual 12 to 3. I don't know what game we'll be playing. I'd say keep an eye out for New Vegas. That's in my head right now. Maybe Dragon's Dogma. That's also in my head right now. So those are just some games that are crossing my head. Anyway, thank you guys so much for the super chats, the chatting in general, the memberships. Appreciate you guys so much. And with that, I will catch you guys later in our next stream, tomorrow's video, podcast, all that stuff. Thank you guys for engaging, and I hope you stay entertained, all right? Peace out.